This presentation for the second last week of the Christmas season of the Church's liturgical calendar is called the Feast of the Epiphany. We are going to call this presentation the Adoration of the Magi. The core concepts and the catechesis doctrinal references are as follows. The Feast of the Epiphany celebrates the adoration of Jesus by the Magi from the East. The Magi's coming to Jerusalem to pay homage to the King of the Jews shows that they seek in Israel, in the messianic light of the Star of David, the one who will be King of the nations. Their coming means that all people can discover Jesus and worship him as Son of God and Saviour of the world by welcoming the messianic promise contained in the Old Testament. The Epiphany shows that every nation is made worthy of the heritage of Israel. The word Magi used in the Gospel indicates that the Magi were probably Persian priest astrologers who could interpret the stars, particularly the significance of the star that proclaimed the birth of the Messiah. Over time, the tradition arose that there were 3 Magi, since 3 gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh were given. The Magi came to be called kings too, although this is probably not the case. The materials you're going to need are the Nativity diorama, the Gospel characters that you can borrow, a male figure for King Herod. He can be given a gold cloak to be placed around his shoulders. 2 or 3 other Gospel characters to represent Herod's advisors, a scribe, a Pharisee, and some other males. The house interior backdrop and cream felt, which can be borrowed from infancy if available. The throne room backdrop and cream felt, which you can borrow from Parables 3 if available. Magnetic maps of Israel, the liturgical calendar wheel, if these are available, and the figure of the priest dressed in the seasonal colours of white for our feast. For the presentation, set up Jesus, Mary and Joseph in front of the house backdrop. Set up the backdrop of the royal throne room. Place King Herod there, and his advisors in the scene can go at the side. Have the 3 Magi some distance away. So we have myrrh, gold, frankincense and myrrh, and the star can be put up a little distance away. Today, we're going to hear a story about some visitors Jesus had soon after he was born. Some people call them kings or the wise men. We are going to call them the Magi. We'll light the candle. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem. They asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed. He called together the chief priests and teachers of the law. And asked them where the Messiah was to be born. "In Bethlehem, in Judea," they replied. "For this is what the prophet has written. And you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For from you shall come the ruler who is to shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod sent the Magi to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me, so that I too may go and worship him." The Magi set out, and there, ahead of them, went the star that they had seen at its rising. Until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw that the star had stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy. On entering the house, they saw the child with Mary, his mother, and they knelt down and paid him homage. Then, opening their treasure chests, they offered him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they left for their own country by another road. I wonder why God chose to reveal the birth of Jesus to the Magi, who were not Jewish. I wonder why the Magi might have chosen to go to King Herod for information. I wonder why might Herod have been disturbed hearing that a new king had been born. I wonder, might there be a special significance for the gifts of gold, frankincense and myrrh. I wonder, how could the Magi and their story help us today? Pondering through choices can be very age appropriate for the children. They can respond in ways such as using the diorama themselves to retell and ponder the event. They could engage in a simple craft activity like making a beautiful crown for King Jesus. They can spend time in prayer in the special prayer space. They could do watercolour painting with cotton buds or watercolour pencils, or drawing using paper, the mini whiteboard or mini blackboard. Possibly they could organise a timeline of the event. The significance of the Magi and the three gifts can also be looked at on the YouTube links we've provided, and we've also provided 2 beautiful carols that you could use.